Hello and welcome to the United Forum. This is your latest Manchester United news, transfer news, Manchester United updates, and your opportunity to voice your opinion out for the very first time in Sri Lanka. A disappointing weekend once again. Manchester United nil, Liverpool 5. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer once again has not stood up to the expectations of Manchester United or Manchester United fans, the experts, whoever it is, Manchester United related. Ultimately, at halftime, the score was down to 4. Manchester United nil. For the first time in Manchester United's history, Manchester United were trailing by 4 goals at the end of the first half. The match ended at 5-0. I thought Liverpool showed mercy. I thought definitely Jurgen Klopp would have told his level players, listen, lads, this is a derby. I know we are winning this game 4-0. There's still one half to go. What I would say, you guys, now is to take it slow because this is a derby, and if you go on to score 8 to 10 goals, it wouldn't be good for a derby, and we have to keep the rivalry going on. So let's go out there, play the freestyle football, maybe try to get a Salah hat trick, and then come off winning that game. Just don't try anything too much is what Jurgen Klopp would have definitely told his team, because in the first half I thought Liverpool were exceptional. Manchester United were all over the place. I really don't want to talk about yesterday's game. It was shambolic. It was frustrating. It was devastating. I'm running out of adjectives, to be honest, and clear frustration. And I'm actually fed up. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done a superb job rebuilding this team, from Antonio Valencia, Ashley Young, Chris Smalling, Phil Jones, Rafael Varane, Harry Maguire, and Wan-Bissaka. We've gone to Luke Shaw, Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Donny van de Beek, who is not playing, yes, but still we've got him in the Manchester United squad. We've got Jadon Sancho, we've got Edinson Cavani. He has done a superb job to rebuild this team. But is he that man to take Manchester United to the last step, to that final step of a final, to bring back those trophies? I suppose not. He needs to go back, get that experience. And plenty of talk around Manchester United tonight. We expected Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to be sacked right after the match against Liverpool. Things are not as such as of now. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is still the Manchester United manager. I'll get you to the updates right after the player ratings. About last night's match, I just have one thing to tell you, and that is Virgil van Dijk should have played last night's match as a centre back who should have been wearing slippers, because he barely had anything to do. He just wore out his boots. He shouldn't have been wearing that. He should have worn his slippers and come out to that field, because Manchester United was so shambolic. I really don't want to have any comments on last night's match. I think most of you Manchester United fans surely would have watched that match, definitely, since it was a derby, Manchester United's biggest fixture in the calendar as well. So I really don't want to have any comment on that match. So let me get to the player rating straight off. To start off, yesterday's, let me just start off with last night's lineup. So it started off with David Daher on goal, Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back, Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire, the centre back pairing along with Luke Shaw. In midfield we had Fred and McTominay once again, Bruno Fernandes playing at number 10 or a second striker, you could say, Greenwood at right wing, Ronaldo as a striker, and Marcus Rashford on the left wing is what we had yesterday. To start off, with David De Gea. I thought David De Gea was the only player who was quite relevant in that Manchester United squad. The whole squad, to be honest, so all the 14 players who stepped out onto that field yesterday, including the three substitutions, all 14, I would say 30, apart from David De Gea, was shambolic. Uh, they looked clueless. There was no proper plan. There was no tactics, no style of play. Be it the brand of football, style of play, tactics. Our players looked clueless. It was men against boys, and it was, to be honest, it is a shame to call it a derby yesterday. Because when you call it a derby, when you call it the biggest rivalry in England, you expect so much more, and not for a team to win that match on the first half 4-0, and to expect a team like Manchester United to be trailing 4 goals in the first half at Old Trafford. I really don't want to have any comments on last night's match. I'll get to the updates later on shortly after the player ratings. So to start off with David De Gea, I've given since he was the only decent player and he had one superb save once again. I thought Manchester United are lucky to have David De Gea on red hot form, because had it not been for De Gea, we have 1 point out of 12 right now. We wouldn't be having that 1 point either. So I've given David De Gea a 5, especially because of one superb save. In fact, I'm not quite sure who took the shot for Liverpool, but that save was a superb save. One hand and over the bar, he pushed it and restricted us from going 6-0. Definitely we should have gone 10-11-0 yesterday. I thought in the second half, Liverpool, especially after Naby Keita's injury, Liverpool did not look up to the mark. If it was part of the plan, I'm not quite sure, but I'm sure since it was 4-0 during the first half, they took things quite lightly in that second half. From David De Gea, we move on to our right back. We have Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and who I thought was decent yesterday as well. Yes, not up to the best of expectations. Yesterday was, like I told, a shame for Manchester United. And if I was to be honest, speaking with all honesty, I had doubts if I should be hosting this show tonight, if I should be hosting the match reaction and player ratings. But I decided to do it yesterday. I couldn't, since the match ended at 11 p.m. yesterday. I had I had second thoughts on hosting it today, but had I not hosted the show, it would have been cowardly of me, and that is why I did decide to go on with the show. And also to bring you a few updates on Solskjaer's situation, Manchester United's current situation on the managers as well. So to give you an update on that, I've brought you the show as well. So next on the list, we've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Well, I'm not quite sure if you will be surprised with this, but yes, I've given him with a 3. Don't expect our players to go on average and beyond, because yesterday was horrific for Manchester United. So to start off with Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back, I've given him a 3. We'll move on real fast with the players, because I really don't want have this game in my mind. To be honest, I'm frustrated with this club right now. And in my opinion, before any manager gets out of this club, it is the Glazers who have to go out. Because if you look at it, I know Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a club legend. And yesterday, when the fans started booing at him right after the first half, it really hurt to see that. And his reaction really hurt even more. A club legend who won you a Champions League against Barcelona, a club legend who scored the final goal, who is known as a super sub, who's bought a reputation to Manchester United, and himself being booed yesterday as a Manchester United manager is the last thing you want to see. The last thing you want to see is a club legend being booed by the fans, and yesterday to see that, it really hurt. Uh, I was devastated. I was frustrated, to be honest. I was broken. I was not. I actually, after that Atalanta game, I was not expecting anything good from Manchester United. But the last thing I expected was such a shambolic performance. This was as if a team from the Championship was playing Liverpool. And it was more of the first half. Liverpool were playing the proper derby. It was the derby time. They were scoring 4 goals and all that. And that second half was as if Liverpool converted that second half into their practice session for the next game. Who are they playing next? Who is Liverpool playing next? It was the practice session for the next game, and I think one of the commentators too had a comment on that, and he related it to something about the practice session, which I totally agree with, because Manchester United was so unpleasant to look at in front of the eye, to be honest. I don't want to comment. I'll just go on with the player ratings. So next up we have Victor Lindelof. I thought Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire yesterday did not work out once again. Harry Maguire seems to be still injured for me, but let's stick to Victor Lindelof as of now. Nothing much really. We did not play at the back. Neither did we play counter-attacking football. Clueless once again. Defensively, we were shambolic. 4 goals conceded. Last night we conceded 5 goals, and David De Gea was our best player. David De Gea, our goalkeeper, concedes 5 goals and is the best player for Manchester United yesterday. It tells you the story, and especially the Liverpool fans chanting the fact that uh, Liverpool fans chanting "Oli is at the wheel" tells you the story once again. I'll get to the updates right away. Let me just get through the player ratings, match reaction. You know what the reaction is like. I'm sure you've been through it as well. I've given Victor Lindelof a 3 as well. Defensively, we were horrible yesterday. Does he even deserve a 3? I doubt it. Maybe even a 2, maybe even a 1. Does he even deserve to be rated? Does our defense deserve to be rated? They were, they were, they were so frustrating to watch all over the pitch. And to be calling that the Manchester United defense, even after we boosted up boosted it up with the likes of Rafael Varane. I know that Rafael Varane did not play yesterday; he is injured, but we can't use that as an excuse. We've brought in Eric Ramsey as the defensive coach to Manchester United, and what is Ramsey doing? He is a set piece specialist, and yet we concede goals from set pieces, and neither has he done anything significant to that defense as well. It's really frustrating. So let me just get through this player ratings as well. With Harry Maguire, once again, I've given him a 3 as well. There you go, the 3 on screen. We'll move on from Harry Maguire to Luke Shaw. This is Luke Shaw on screen for you. To be honest, Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw don't seem to be up to the mark since the Euros have been finished. I think Luke Shaw at this moment knows that he is the starting left back. His position is once again cemented. I think one reason for this is Solskjaer not rotating that squad. If Solskjaer had proper regular rotation, so Alex Telles would have had minutes on his in his legs as well, and he would have been in decent form, and that might lead Luke Shaw to thinking twice because he knows that Alex Telles is being rotated. He is being rotated. Alex Telles is being given game time too, and at any moment he could be that number 1 left back. And I think the lack of rotation is causing this mentality as well. I'm still not quite sure if fatigue is really an excuse for for Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire. It's been quite some time since the Euros has happened. Plenty of time. They've had their international breaks as well. They've had quite a break as well, and there should be no excuses as of now. 1 point out of 9, and to be conceding 4 goals in the first half at Old Trafford, which we used to call a fortress. I have no comment. I have no comment. Let me just get to the rating once again with Luke Shaw. I've given him a 3 as well. I thought it was not good to see to the eye at all. And our defense as a whole has not been significant. Uh, I really don't want to talk. This show is going to be a little boring until the player ratings are over. To start off with Fred, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer once again being stubborn and going on to pick Fred and McTominay. And to be honest, to be benching Paul Pogba against Liverpool, your biggest fixture in the calendar, your biggest rival in the league, and to be benching Paul Pogba is criminal. It's criminal. I'm telling you, it's criminal. And Fred and McTominay, I think, have been the demise of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Yes, you read that caption right. Is this Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's last hurrah? I'll get to that immediately after the player ratings. With Fred, I'm sorry, Fred, but I've got to give this a 2. Yesterday's, yesterday's performance was horrible, to be honest. Be it our defense, our midfielders, our attacks, Ronaldo, Rashford, Sancho, be it whoever who stepped onto that pitch, Manchester United as a whole were not good to see. It's a shame. It's a shame that it has to be Manchester United all the time. Next up, we've got Scott McTominay. Nothing special with him either. Is he still suffering from injury? I'm not quite sure. Is he the man? Is this midfield pivot their pivot to take us to the next step? I'm not quite sure about that either. I've given Scott McTominay a 3. Moving on with Bruno Fernandes, our number 10. Yesterday, the only positive I saw from Bruno Fernandes was when Ronaldo was was attacked by the Liverpool players. The only player from Manchester United who came in running and defended Ronaldo was Bruno Fernandes. That is what leadership is. Throughout last night's match, Maguire lacked leadership. There was a time where I think it was Naby Keita who was injured. Liverpool were in a huddle with Klopp discussing things, while the Manchester United players were scattered all around, and you've got Harry Maguire holding his hips and just looking all over. Is that a Manchester United captain? And post match press conference, I'm not quite sure if it was the press conference, but post match interview, uh, Harry Maguire comes out of the media and says that I'm here only because I have to be here. Is that what a Manchester United captain should be saying? And that is why I think Bruno Fernandes is the fitting captain for Manchester United. Apart from that positive where he came to defend Cristiano Ronaldo, performance wise, I thought he was not good either. He was not up to the mark. And how often do you see this? I've given Bruno Fernandes a 3 as well, as much as it hurts me to do this. As much as it hurts me to give Bruno Fernandes and almost all the players out here a lower rating, I have to do it with all honesty. That was how bad Manchester United's performance yesterday was. People talk about title race, mate. I tell you what, if you are a Manchester United fan, pray that we have a top 4 race. Like literally pray, because we've got the likes of Leicester and West Ham playing quite well. Newcastle after January, you never know what might happen. And then you've got Manchester United. You call them one of the best in Europe with the squads they've got, and look at where we are. Like, don't even think of a title race. Leave that out of the box. That's not an option. Pray we have a top 4 race. Moving from Bruno Fernandes, we move on to our forwards. First off, we have Greenwood, Mason Greenwood. Let me just take him out of the picture. There we go. Mason Greenwood, cool celebration, bad performance yesterday. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's, I think, selection is to be questioned once again. Against a team like Liverpool, to be playing 2 wide forwards with a world-class striker, is it the right thing? Is that the right choice by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? You've got 75 million worth player in Jadon Sancho on that bench. You talk of lack of creativity from the right side last season. You bring in Jadon Sancho. Sancho comes in, does not start. Chelsea get Lukaku for 100 million, starts off straight away. Was it 100 or 150? I'm not quite sure. We get Sancho for 74 million. We don't start him. If you're not going to start a player, why do you offer him so much of money? You should have put in that money for a defensive midfielder, which we lack at this moment. You spend 75 million pounds on a right wing who is creative, who is not a wide forward, yet you decide to bench him and he barely makes a minute in yesterday's match also. Greenwood yesterday, once again, I thought his link up with Ronaldo needs to improve immensely. There is no communication between him and Ronaldo. Ronaldo's trying to play his own game. Greenwood's trying to play his own game. Rashford, I'm not quite sure what's going on with Rashford still, if he's still injured or what. Greenwood, I've given him a 2. I've given Mason Greenwood a 2. I know he's young, he's 19 and all that, but when you are playing for Manchester United, you've got to live up to the standards of Manchester United. Wayne Rooney was 19 when he played for Manchester United, but you you rarely thought Rooney was a 19-year-old when he played for Manchester United. That's how good Rooney was. All due respect to Greenwood, I'm not saying that Greenwood is not a good player. He is a generational talent, but Greenwood is a victim of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's decision making. Yes, he has been in good form, he has been scoring goals. But against a team like Liverpool, is it really practical to play 2 wide forwards? Forwards who always look to score goals. We know that Greenwood is not a winger, Greenwood is a striker. And he's got the striker's instincts in him. I'll tell you what, I'm not quite sure how many years the way things are going with Manchester United. But I'll tell you what, Mason Greenwood, if given the opportunity to play as a striker for Manchester United at the right time, with the right coaches, with the right players surrounded next to him, he would be a world-class striker as good as Cristiano Ronaldo. That's how good he is, because even when he plays at the wing, I know comparing him to Ronaldo is a huge deal, but he'll be there. He'll be among debates of Mbappe, maybe Erling Haaland, and any other youngster who comes up in future. You never know, but Mason Greenwood is up there. You give even when he plays at that wing, we've seen the striker's instinct in him. Instead of passing, he always looks to dribble and goes for that shot. He has that greed in him to score goals. The striker's instincts. So we've got a striker playing at the right wing. We've got Marcus Rashford who barely passes. He too always looks to score the goal, head down always. He barely raises his head up and looks for a pass. He dribbles. So two wide forwards, a striker, a world-class striker. When you have a world-class striker in the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, you need to have creativity. You need to keep feeding him with those balls every minute and as much as possible to get the best out of him and to have him there as a striker and to be playing wide forwards, and that too against Liverpool. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a victim of his decision making once again, and I thought Jurgen Klopp yesterday, if not Liverpool, totally exposed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think throughout the past 2 seasons, throughout this season especially, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been getting a few individual performances. The negatives have been covered by them as well. The players, you talk about the players playing for the manager. I'm not quite sure if the players are actually playing for the manager as of the news that are coming out today as well, be it the morning, evening, and at this moment of time as well. The news that keeps coming out about the Manchester United dressing room too does not tell that the players have been playing for the manager as well. So I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has fallen victim to his own decision making once again. His stubbornness in sticking to Fred and Scott McTominay, going for two wide forwards, not trusting his players, not rotating that squad, no tactics, not changing this coaching setup. All right, you are the Manchester United manager. All right, you don't have that experience. If you don't have that experience, you've got to get an experienced coaching setup to back you up. Neither did he did that. He stick to his mates, and ultimately, I think he is falling victim of that. To move on from Mason Greenwood, we have Cristiano Ronaldo. Uh, Hold up, there we go. Cristiano Ronaldo. Once again, like Mark Goldbridge says, he was at the graveyard shift. And neither was anyone else on top form apart from our forwards, our fullbacks. They barely go forward. I'm not quite sure what Luke Shaw is doing. He doesn't seem to be on form. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, we know that he is offensively not the best. He doesn't seem to be improving to me, to be honest, as well. And to be having Cristiano Ronaldo, I really would like to know what Ronaldo is thinking. And there is actually a video clip of Ronaldo. I'm not quite sure. People say that he is mocking the tactics, but right after Liverpool scores the goal, he does something like this with his hands, and people suggest that he is mocking at the tactics since the tactics are not good enough. If it is true, it has exposed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer once again. The fans itself know that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tactics are not there, and Cristiano Ronaldo, if that was his intention behind those actions, I think definitely exposes Ole Gunnar Solskjaer even more. And to be honest, Ronaldo did score a goal which was further ruled out due to an offside, as it was offside in fact. Unfortunate there, but apart from that, he too was not up to the mark. Cristiano Ronaldo, I really would like to know what he thinks about this current Manchester United side, and if he is actually satisfied with this coaching setup. I'm sure, definitely sure, he is satisfied with the players he's got around, because he's got world-class players: Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, Rafael Varane. If that coaching setup is the coaching setup he was looking forward to at Manchester United, I'm not quite sure about that. But with Cristiano Ronaldo, yes, I've gone with a 3 as well for Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, how often would you have seen this? And let me just add this in as well. Had Cristiano Ronaldo moved to Manchester United, I think he would have been a contender for that golden boot. Definitely 30 to 40 goals up there, because that's how Manchester City play. They've got a brand of football, they've got a style of play, they've got proper tactics and a proper manager. Whereas you take Manchester United, a superb squad, no brand of football, no identity, no style of play, no tactics, just individual brilliance. Moving on, we've got the final on our forward list. We've got Marcus Rashford. Let me get you him on screen as well. There you go. That is Marcus Rashford for you. And with Rashford as well, I thought not the best of games once again. At one moment, he did lose position. And I really thought Salah would have capitalized on that and scored another goal as well. Lucky enough, Dahia rose to the occasion once again, and he went on to save that. And with Marcus Rashford, I've given him a 3. Moving on to our substitutions, to start off with Paul Pogba. Uh, People might criticize him for getting the red card. Let me tell you what, Manchester United player Paul Pogba was given a red card just after Manchester United's set piece. Our player was given a red card after our own set piece. Apart from this, leave this aside. How many times this season have we conceded goals right after our own set piece? Everton is the perfect example for you. Eric Ramsey is here as a set piece specialist, and I'm not quite sure what he is doing. I really don't want to make any comments. That's how frustrated I am yesterday's match. Paul Pogba is banned for the next match. He won't be available for the next match. Apart from that, a poor performance once again. It is criminal. It is criminal to be benching a player like Paul Pogba against Liverpool, your biggest fixture on the calendar, the biggest rivalry in the Premier League, and to be benching one of the best midfielders you've got. You saw what Paul Pogba's impact was in that Atalanta game once he came as a substitute. You shouldn't be benching someone like Paul Pogba. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer literally benched Paul Pogba to accommodate the likes of Scott McTominay and Fred Rodriguez. And once again, I keep telling you, keep getting back to the phrase, he has fallen victim of his own decision making. Paul Pogba, I've given him a 2. Got that red card defensively. I think it's not a secret to me. It's not a secret to Paul Pogba himself as well that defensively he is just not good enough. Was it the right tackle to be made? I think at a time like that, you've got to go for the ball at all times because you are 4-0 down, 5-0 down against Liverpool. You have got to have that greed for the ball. You've got to press. Just unfortunate for Paul Pogba. I thought red card was the right decision. Feet in the air, definitely unfortunate, but I've given him a 2 as well. Moving on from Paul Pogba, we move on to our next substitute, that is Diogo Dalot. Nothing much to talk about Dalot as well. I was not quite sure what that substitution was at the beginning, but it was definitely to prevent Manchester United conceding any further goals, just to keep that same reputation for ourselves. Diogo Dalot, I've given him a 3 as well. Nothing exceptional. Manchester United as a whole has been terrible as well. Abdul Khalik says give everyone a 0 already. Really, I really wish I could do that, mate. I really wish I could do that. Would be just too harsh. I've got to give some rating. To be honest, you talk about giving a 0 to these players. To be honest, do these players actually deserve to be rated? That is how bad Manchester United was against Liverpool. And like I told you, I really don't want to give any comment on this game. Frustrated, devastated, bring in any adjective you've got. Disappointed, and it's a shame to be calling that a Manchester United performance. It's a shame that 11 out there which went on to that pitch were called Manchester United players, because they really, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer himself keeps talking about energy and desire. Did we really see energy and desire out there on that pitch? You talk Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he just loves energy and desire, but where was the energy and desire yesterday? Alright, the players, leave alone the players. Where was the energy and desire in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer himself? It was after 4 goals that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer stepped onto that touchline, and he barely even commanded the players there. I thought it was really embarrassing. We call ourselves Manchester United, we call ourselves the Red Devils, for what, to be honest. Sharon also says, on the streams only on Friday. Yes, it is on Friday and Sunday at 10 p.m. If matches are held on Sundays beyond 10 p.m. I do shift my shows to the Monday. Uh, Abdul Khalik, yes, there you go. Abdul Khalik further confirms that this is a match reaction, bro. It's after every match day. Oye Abdul Wahid joins. Not the place for that, bro. Uh, and plenty of love shown on the live chat as well. And definitely, if you are new to this channel, do give us a subscribe, share this video, and also do give this video a like. I know the show seems to be a little dull today, a little off. Definitely, as a Manchester United fan, the only thing you really can be excited about is a new manager coming. But in my opinion, before any manager goes out, before any manager comes in, it is the Glazers who have to go out, because it is them who have put this club into this situation. Just checking on any updates on Manchester United. Uh, Nothing much really at the moment. No updates as of now. Nothing from Fabrizio either. The latest updates from Fabrizio, I'll deliver that to you in a short while, right after the player ratings. Diogo Dalot, and one last substitution, we've got Edinson Cavani once again, a striker, I think, who is of great value to Manchester United, who is of great value to Manchester United last season. This season not been utilized quite well. Really couldn't make a chance. Really, you bring in a striker to score goals. I'm not quite sure why he bought. Definitely, Greenwood had to come out yesterday. You bring in a striker to score goals. You did not have creativity. I know that red card did not help, but were we really that good even before Cavani came onto the pitch? With Cavani, once again, I've given him a 3 as well. Uh, there we go. In fact, oops, that's a 2. Looks like Cavani wants a 2 there. Moving on from Edinson Cavani, we've got the man himself, the club legend, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer yesterday got it wrong from the starting lineup. Tactics, style of play, brand of football, identity, substitutions, you name it. He got it all wrong yesterday. Every little mistake that was covered up this season throughout the past few matches, or you could say this season and the last 2 seasons together collectively, was exposed yesterday. It really hurt to see the crowd boo at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, a club legend who won Manchester United a Champions League, who brought a reputation to Manchester United and himself all as well, and you consider him a club legend. He transforms this squad, and ultimately to be booed like that really hurt. And to see his reaction right after those boos really hurt as well. I was devastated. Not the thing I wanted with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I really wish he turned things around. I really wish he was not stubborn as he is. I really wished he brought identity to Manchester United. He has a brand of play. He has his own style of play, but that just doesn't seem to be there. Just not the right man. Ollie out is what I've got to say. Just not the right man. I'm really sorry, Ollie, and I've rated you. It hurts me to do this, but I've got to stick to it. I can't be biased. I can't be favoring him just because he is a Manchester United legend either. And I've given him a 2. That is pretty much it. And if you ask me who my man of the match was, mad. It's mad, man. It's mad. You've got a man of the match. Uh, and you've conceded 5 goals. I'll rather not do that. We don't deserve to have a man of the match as well. Abdul Khalik says, are the Glazers having a meeting with Ole regarding his position? Yes, get into the updates at the moment. Yes, the Glazers are not having a meeting with Ole. In fact, at the moment, they are having talks. The Glazers, that is Joe Glazer, and the other Glazer, I'm not quite sure who it is. Avram Glazer, is it? I'm not quite sure what his name is. Ed Woodward, and I think Richard Arnold too is involved. Yes, here we go. Joel Glazer, Avi Glazer are holding talks with Ed Woodward and managing director Richard Arnold over how to handle the crisis. There are concerns that Solskjaer lacks the experience to get himself out of trouble and is too soft on his players, is what Chris Wheeler has to say. There you go, Abdul Khalik, your update on the Glazers. So yes, the Glazers at the moment are having talks with the managing, with the individuals that matter regarding Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's position at Manchester United. Further updates we've got to you that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is being considered to be sacked by Manchester United. Manchester United are considering Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to be sacked as the manager of Manchester United. Further, Antonio Conte is open to accept the Manchester United move. He respects Manchester United and considers Manchester United as one of the top clubs in Europe. He is ready to accept the Manchester United job. Manchester United have not yet approached Antonio Conte for this job. Manchester United are also aware of what happened with Jose Mourinho a few seasons back, and they are also aware that Antonio Conte's play style, or Antonio Conte himself, is quite similar to Jose Mourinho, and they don't want that to be repeated, and that is what is holding back Manchester United from approaching Antonio Conte as of the moment. As of Fabrizio Romano, let me get you that update as well. Here we go. Hold up. To give me a minute on this. I'll give you the latest on Fabrizio Romano. Just a few seconds. Fabrizio Romano was live on Twitch a few minutes back as well. So Manchester United managing director Richard Arnold is understood to have cancelled all appointments on Monday to hold talks with Glazer about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Was the first update we did get from from Fabrizio Romano. This was further clarified, saying that Joel Glazer, A.V. Glazer, Ed Woodward, and Richard Arnold are having talks at the moment regarding Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's position. Fabrizio Romano further confirmed that Antonio Conte is open to accept the Manchester United job as well. It is that Manchester United who is holding back. Among Antonio Conte, we've got other candidates such as Zinedine Zidane, who is open to accept the Manchester United job as well. As of now, things look very likely that Antonio Conte is the next man for the Manchester United job if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is sacked. If you ask me the updates on Erik ten Hag to Manchester United as Manchester United manager at the moment seems to be very unlikely. As of now, he is doing a superb job at Ajax, and he won't leave Ajax mid-season unless Manchester United pay him a hefty amount of money, and that too I doubt he would leave Ajax. As of now, Luis Enrique, if you ask for an update on Luis Enrique will not leave the Spanish side 6 months before the World Cup as well. He won't leave the Spanish side until the World Cup is over. So as of now, the candidates for the Manchester United job are Antonio Conte and Zinedine Zidane. Antonio Conte seems to be the likely option. Zidane is available too. The next hours are very likely to be to give us fans a confirmation on this managerial position as well. Miraj Miskin asked if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is sacked. No, mate, he is not sacked yet. He is still the Manchester United manager, but as of now, A.V. Glazer, Joel Glazer, Ed Woodward, and Richard Arnold are holding talks considering Manchester Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's situation at Manchester United. Abdul Khalik also says fingers crossed, definitely, mate. Miraj Miskin also says Fab has told Zidane is more likely. Is it true? As of now, Antonio Conte is the more likely person, more likely manager for that Manchester United managerial job if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is sacked. Conte is ready to accept the offer, and what Fabrizio Romano did say is Conte is not a manager who accepts a managerial offer mid-season. He prefers to wait until summer, start things afresh. But since Antonio Conte considers Manchester United as a top European club, and since he has respect for Manchester United, he is ready to accept the Manchester United offer. His camp is open to accept the Manchester United offer. Manchester United have not had any talks, and neither have Manchester United approached Antonio Conte with anything regarding to the Manchester United managerial job. Apart from Antonio Conte, in fact, we also have Zinedine Zidane, who once again, if the job is given, is very likely to accept it as well. But as of now, the top candidate for Manchester United is Conte. But like I told you, Manchester United are aware of what happened with Jose Mourinho a few seasons back. They also know that Antonio Conte's play style, and Antonio Conte himself is quite similar to Jose Mourinho. They don't want anything as such to be repeating once again, and that is why they are holding back on Antonio Conte as well. Zinedine Zidane, yes, he can come to Manchester United. No talks between both managers, Antonio Conte and Zinedine Zidane, as of now. The next hours, the next days, the next minutes will be key. But Manchester United are considering sacking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I repeat, Manchester United are considering sacking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So my opinion on this is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer definitely, I think, if not tomorrow, the latest by Wednesday, will be sacked. And if he is sacked, who would I want as Manchester United manager? Definitely I would want Zinedine Zidane. I think Antonio Conte plays a back five. Yes, he is a bit like Jose Mourinho as well. He is. The thing is, it's not about him being like Jose Mourinho for me. As much as Antonio Conte managing Manchester United makes me interested in him, or gives me interest, as much as I would like to have him as the Manchester United manager, I also have a lot of fear, because Antonio Conte was managing Inter Milan last season. He was the champion, he was the Italian champion, and he left Inter Milan because the Inter Milan board was not willing to back him. We've been with Glazers for more than how many years have we been with Glazers? More than 10 years, more than 5 years, definitely more than 10 right now. And if Conte comes to Manchester United as Manchester United manager, is he a long-term option? Is he going to tolerate the Glazers? Is a huge question to me. Will the Glazers back Antonio Conte? Will the Glazers deliver the signings Antonio Conte need? And his style of playing three at the back, two strikers, takes away that Manchester United culture we talk about as well. So it's more than happiness, it's a lot of fear for me in Antonio Conte, because I want a long-term option to be there, and I would really prefer Zidane. And if it's not for Zidane, I would love to have Erik ten Hag, the current manager of Ajax, who I think suits the modern game and would be the perfect fit for Manchester United along with Zinedine Zidane. Abdul Khalik says Zizou is a fat dream in my opinion. Let me tell you this, mate. As of Fabrizio Romano, if either Antonio Conte or Zinedine Zidane is offered the Manchester United job, they are open to accept the job. So you never know. I would love to have Zidane if Zidane is in the board once again. He too wants his signing. He is a manager who wants what he wants, and then he'll deliver. The problem with Manchester United, like I keep telling, before any manager is gone out or sacked, before any manager comes in, it is the Glazers who have to go out. Miraj Miskin says, doesn't he play three in the back? Yes, he does. Antonio Conte does play a three at the back, and that is definitely the problem with Antonio Conte as well. So before I wrap the show up, if you've got any questions, do send them in. Any opinions, Manchester United related, do send them on the live chat as well. And if you are new to this page, in fact, new to this channel, do give us a subscribe, share this video, and give us a like as well. Don't forget to subscribe. In fact, follow us on our Instagram page at the united.forum as well. Before I wrap tonight's show up, let me just check if there are any further updates on Manchester United. As of now, so here I go. I'm checking, and yes, there is an update. Harry Maguire's tenure against Leicester after just one training session has been cited internally as an example of Solskjaer's indulgence towards big names and his lack of trust in other members of the squad. This is from Telegraph. Dhaka is the source that we've got there. And apart from that, we do have a little bit of news as well. To give me a moment while I try to get to this. And before I do move on to further news, we also got reports that Manchester United's dressing room specifically are now starting to doubt Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his tactics. We've also had a few sources come out and say a few players on international duty have had discussions on, in fact, or a few talks on Solskjaer's tactics and are starting to doubt Solskjaer. Mirage Biskin says Zidane likes Pogba and has coached Varane and CR7 so more likely. And adding to that, Mirage, let me just tell you that Zinedine Zidane is also the idol of Paul Pogba. Bringing in Zidane is a huge advantage for Manchester United, and you might even see Paul Pogba extend his contract just because of the fact that we have got Zinedine Zidane as manager. And like you say, yes, he has managed Cristiano Ronaldo, he has managed Rafael Varane. You talk of a system we need to play with Ronaldo, I think Zidane would be perfect for this squad. I think this squad is tailor-made for Zinedine Zidane. And let me just check on the updates as well. To start off, we've got quite a lot of updates from the Telegraph as well. Yes, our holding talks. And yes, we do have an update, and this is from Chris Wheeler. And he has to say is, it is understood that Mike Phelan is a more peripheral figure now despite recently signing a new contract, and coaches Kieran McKenna and Michael Carrick, who have yet to agree new deals, are also too inexperienced. The Telegraph also brings out news in Antonio Conte is keen on the MUFC job. He has been for a while and is prepared to bide his time, but United are understood to be wary of his style of management. For the Solskjaer's dwindling authority at Manchester United Football Club has suffered another severe blow, with several players having lost faith in the manager's ability to take the team forward. Let me just repeat that to you as well. So Solskjaer's dwindling authority at Manchester United Football Club has suffered another severe blow, with several players having lost faith in the manager's ability to take the team forward. And the way the things seem to be going, I think definitely Solskjaer will be sacked within the next 28 to 24 to 48 hours. So yes, fingers crossed. I think definitely, if not tomorrow, by Wednesday the latest, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be sacked, and the most likely managers to be considered for the Manchester United job next would be, I think, Zinedine Zidane and Antonio Conte. And as things stand off now, Antonio Conte seems to be very likely, but Manchester United are holding back since they are wary of Antonio Conte's style of play and the character himself. Zinedine Zidane, there are no official talks, and neither are there any official talks between Antonio Conte. Fingers crossed. I think the next few hours, maybe the next few days are going to be key, but definitely I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be sacked within this next 24 to 48 hours. And that is pretty much it for tonight, folks. And one more time, let me just see if there are any updates on Manchester United. So uh, let's have a look. Here we go. Nope, not really. No. Apart from the Glazer family failing in a bid to buy an IPL franchise is pretty much it. So yes, no real updates from anything regards to Manchester United right now. And like I told you, the next 24 to 48 hours are going to be key. Tonight's show was at 10 since yes, last night's match went on till 11 p.m. That is pretty much it for tonight's show, folks. If you are new to this channel, do give us a subscribe, share this video, give this video a like as well, and do follow us on our Instagram page for your latest Manchester United news throughout the week. There you go, that is the username. If you are a little lazy, like I always say, to go type in that username on the search bar, the link is in our description. Do head out to our description and check out the links as well. Until I see you next Friday at 10 p.m. for the post-match press conference reaction. It's a long week ahead for us. Hopefully, fingers crossed, hope for the best, and yes, pray for good for Manchester United. And until I see you on Friday at 10 p.m., have a blessed week and a good night. This is the United Forum.